Because textiles are organic, the fibres are just not really built to last. Textiles are quite vulnerable to light damage and to handling damage, so they become quite weak structures. We do everything by hand, so we prepare the linen, do all our dyeing, and then we do all the stitching. As things naturally age and also may get repaired, that becomes part of the history of them. And a conservator isn't necessarily wanting to interfere with that. This tapestry is from a set known as the Solebay Tapestries. It's a really beautiful tapestry. When it arrived in the studio, we were all blown away by it and how worthwhile a project it is. It's around 350 years old and it's a very large, weak textile. Its condition had got to such a point that the museum couldn't display it and it couldn't safely be hung, and it needs to be hung vertical to really appreciate the perspective in the design. It's about 6 metres wide and almost 4 metres tall, so one of the biggest challenges is just handling it. So we're always handling it when it's rolled, because then the roller is supporting the weight. What we're doing is introducing a full support of linen behind the tapestry, and then we work at structural and aesthetic stitching through these weak areas to principally reinforce the structure, but also to give it aesthetic improvement and help bring back the design where it's become indistinct from damage. It's very slow, intensive work. Once we've framed the tapestry up, we don't see it again in its entirety for another 18 months. I think we feel a real connection with the weavers because we're working so closely and intimately in almost the same way that they wove the tapestry in the beginning, and that's a privilege, really.